Hi, my name is Thomas, and as you know, I'm all about affordable photography, so I love gear that everyone can pay for without breaking the bank. And I've got this one for you today, the TT Artisan 25mm f2. This is a brand new lens from TT Artisan, one of the emerging Chinese manufacturers, and we're gonna check it out now. Let's have a go.
Yeah.
So the TT Artisan 25 f2 is a super compact lens, almost a pancake lens, and it exactly looks like the 50mm f2. So it's a nice combo. It's a very good light-wide travel combo. Both these lenses are all metal, fully manual, no electronic contacts whatsoever, and this lens has a close focusing of 25 centimeters, whereas the 50mm has 50 centimeters. I wasn't so keen about the close focus ability of this one. This lens is much better in that regard. In terms of optical performance, we now have to find out how good this lens is. The 50mm is good but far from perfect, and maybe this lens is a little bit better. I'm really eager to find that out.
No.
Disclaimer, this lens was provided to me by Niyu Focus. This is an Amazon retailer. They have a lot of TT Artisan, 7 Artisan and also other manual focus lenses. Of course, I'll give you my honest opinion and I show you a lot of real world photos so you can really see if the lens is good or not. In your hand, this lens is exactly the same as the TT Artisan 50mm lens. They look exactly the same. They both come with this screw-on metal lens cap, trademark of TT Artisan. Looks nice. It's a bit unpractical. I really prefer snap-on lens caps, but on the other hand, you can always buy a cheap plastic snap-on lens cap for like $2 or euros on eBay. Inscribed with 25 f2 on it. But it's the same diameter, it's 43mm as the 50mm f2. The aperture ring is clicked at the front and has the typical non-linear clicks, like between 2 and 2.8 are 2 clicks, then 1 to 4, 1 to 5.6, 1 click to f8, and then last click all the way down to 16, so f11 is not really possible. On the other hand, on APS-C, I really recommend to never go below f8, otherwise you will lose resolution because of diffraction. Focusing ring is behind it. It's smooth, it feels very nice. Like with all TT Artisan lenses, the finish of these lenses is very, very nice. Close focus, 25 centimeters. Measured from here, and I checked it, it's really 25 centimeters from here to your subject. So that's very good. And here are two small grippy parts on this part of the barrel that allow you to unmount the lens and grip it here, so you won't change focusing or your aperture when you mount or unmount the lens. So that's very nice. And again, here's the 50, and as you see, they look exactly the same, save the lens elements. Today, by the way, we are in beautiful Westerwald. That's a nice landscape rural area south of Cologne, north of Frankfurt, in the center of Germany, and I took a lot of landscape shots there with the 25mm for this review. And also I was at a very close area, small city called Bad Ems, in a forest, and some of the other shots are from there. So basically you see a lot of landscape photography in this review. I think a 35mm equivalent lens or 38mm equivalent lens this is very good for landscape, very versatile.
No. No.
Why do I like click stop aperture? Because you want to focus at open aperture, this just more precise, and then you just count 2 to 2.8, third click 4, so 4 clicks 5.6, or you just go click and then 1 back, you're at f8. You can count the clicks, you can look through the camera when doing that. That's so much easier than if you have a clickless aperture, because you just start to turn the ring and you don't know what's going on with your aperture. Optical performance, of course, the most maybe two important aspects are sharpness and stray light performance, or contrast. Well, the contrast is very good. Stray light performance, as you can see in the shots at open aperture, when you've got the sun or some bright light source in your image, there will be these weird arcs. As soon as you stop down to even f2.8, they are gone. So maybe you can live with it, and sometimes it's even sort of a creative thing. Well, I don't want to try to sell you an obvious weakness as a feature, but in this case I sometimes find it very entertaining. As for sharpness, overall the lens is pretty sharp, especially at more close-up shots. Even landscape shots at f5.6 or f8 look pretty decent. However, the four extreme corners of your frame are always a little bit unsharp, and I really don't like that. I think if they would have put a little bit more effort into the optical design, TT Artisan could have avoided that weakness. Having said that, remember the 23 f1.4 and that weird curvature of field and the mid-frame dip. This lens doesn't have it. So overall I would rate this lens as sharper and better than the 23 f1.4. But of course this is only an f2 lens. So bokeh you only get when you're pretty close to your subject. But okay, this lens is not really designed for bokeh. It's more a general travel lens or something like that. But when you go pretty close, you also get decent bokeh. This lens has got a 7-bladed aperture. That's really something special, because all the other TT Artisan lenses for APS-C that I so far have encountered, they have a 10-bladed aperture. So 10 blades means 10 spikes in your aperture stars, and 7 blades means 14 spikes. Both is good. Personally, I find it a little bit weird, because when you mix pictures with this lens, like night shots with this lens and then any other TT Artisan lens, you will always see the difference in the look because the aperture stars are different.
Yeah.
Time for the verdict. You know, I really have a soft spot for these TT Artisan lenses. What I really like is the clicked aperture, and also they have a hard stop at infinity. I tell that in every video of a TT Artisan lens. You might need to use or adjust the hard stop at infinity, but you can do that very easily, and it's a super cool feature. You just hit infinity and shoot a landscape shot. You don't need to really pay any attention to focusing. I really like that feature a lot. And so overall my verdict is pretty positive. This lens is not perfect. I really don't like the weakness in the four corners of the frame regarding sharpness. And yes, straight light at f2, you see these weird effects. You might like them or not. It is an optical weakness again. But having said that, for this low money, I mean, these things go for less than $100 or euros or something similar wherever you live in this world. They're really, really affordable. Mechanical quality is super good, and overall image quality is very good. And they are small and lightweight. Together with the 50mm f2, you've got a super small compact travel set. I really enjoy shooting these two lenses a lot, and I would say that this lens, the 25, optically is a little bit better than the 50mm f2, which is a good thing. So overall, really recommend it. In case you already got the 23 f 1.4, I'm not sure if I would also get this lens, because this is a little bit sharper maybe, but the difference is not too big. So, but if you don't have the other lens, then I think this is sort of a no-brainer really.
No.
That's it for today. I hope you found this interesting, maybe even useful. If you did so, then please leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And if you've got any questions or comments, leave a comment in the comment section below. I love to read all your comments. I will happily answer every single one of them. And if you're new to this channel, I am Thomas. I'm about affordable photography. I believe in gear that everyone can buy and afford, like a lens like this that is less than 100 euros or dollars. I don't believe in just the perfect, very expensive stuff. I think that everyone can take great pictures with a little bit more care maybe and practice with also these easy and simple things. So I hope you have a great time, live long and prosper, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.